What if the one person who had every right to condemn you chose mercy instead? Many expected judgment, many expected punishment, many expected condemnation. But again and again, when the world demanded justice, when the crowd raised its voice, when the law pointed its finger, Jesus responded differently. And the words he spoke in those moments did not just silence a crowd, they changed lives forever. One day, a woman was dragged before Jesus in the middle of a crowd. Religious leaders surrounded her, stones already in their hands. The law was clear. The punishment was death. Everyone present expected Jesus to agree, to nod, to give the signal. Instead, he knelt down and began writing in the dust. The crowd waited. The tension was unbearable. Then he stood and spoke words no one anticipated. "Let the one who is without sin cast the first stone." Silence fell over the crowd like a heavy curtain. One by one, the stones dropped to the ground. One by one, the accusers walked away. When the last one had gone, Jesus looked at the woman still trembling before him and said, "Neither do I condemn you. Go and leave your life of sin." In a moment where condemnation was certain, she received something she never expected: a second chance. Not far from that story lives another one equally powerful. Zacchaeus was a tax collector, a man despised by his own community. People saw him as a traitor, someone who had sold his loyalty for wealth. He was considered beyond redemption, not worth a second glance. Yet when Jesus passed through the city of Jericho, he stopped beneath the tree where Zacchaeus had climbed just to catch a glimpse. Jesus looked up and called him by name. "Zacchaeus, come down. Today I must stay at your house." The crowd was stunned. They expected rejection. They expected Jesus to walk past this sinner without acknowledgement. Instead, Jesus offered him something far more valuable than judgment. He offered him friendship. That single act of choosing Zacchaeus transformed the man completely. What condemnation could never accomplish, compassion achieved in one afternoon. There was also a woman who entered a room where Jesus was dining. Everyone knew her reputation. The whispers started immediately. People shifted uncomfortably. Eyes judged without words. She knelt at the feet of Jesus and wept, pouring out everything she carried, every failure, every shame, every broken piece of her life. Others in that room saw only her past. Jesus saw her heart. When the silence became too heavy, he spoke. "Your sins are forgiven." Those 3 words carried the weight of an entire lifetime of guilt and set it free. The room did not understand it, but she did, and that was enough. Walking through the streets, Jesus encountered the sick, the poor, the rejected, and the forgotten. He never ignored sin. He never pretended that wrong choices carried no consequences, but he also never forgot mercy. Where others saw failures, he saw people worth saving. Where others saw shame, he saw hope waiting to be awakened. Where the religious saw the unworthy, Jesus saw the hungry. And he fed them not just with bread, but with dignity, with belonging, with the radical idea that no one had fallen too far to be reached. Again and again, people came to Jesus expecting judgment and found grace. They came expecting condemnation and found compassion. They came carrying the full weight of who they had been and left walking in the possibility of who they could become. That is why ordinary people left everything to follow him. That is why his words, spoken thousands of years ago, still land with the same force today. Because the greatest miracle was not only what Jesus did, it was how he loved people, not from a distance, not with conditions, not after they had cleaned themselves up. He loved them exactly as they were, and that love was powerful enough to change everything, because he did not come to condemn the world. He came to save it.